Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. It has been a relatively quiet week in the Idaho versus Kohberger case. The last items to hit the docket were several orders rendered by Judge Stephen J. Hippler in the middle of the week last week. We are just now coming off a 3-day holiday weekend in the United States. Yesterday was President's Day. Hopefully we'll start seeing some things hit the docket. There are a number of orders rendered on the motions to suppress evidence that are pending. There's also the matter of whether or not Mr. Kohberger will receive his Franks hearing. Those issues were all addressed at hearings that were held before Judge Stephen J. Hippler on the 23rd and 24th of January. So as we wait to see what might hit the docket later today or later in the week, a question that has come up is that since we're getting closer and closer to trial at this point, what is the redacted part of Judge Stephen J. Hippler's October 9th, 2024 pretrial and trial order? This is the document that set the trial in this case to occur in the summer of 2025 with voir dire, which is the process of jury selection to commence beginning July 30th, 2025. But in the title of that document, there appears the word redacted, and there is an item that is redacted on page 1 of that order, and it relates the process of the issue concerning jury questionnaires and when they will be administered. That is what is redacted. It is the only part of the entire trial order that is redacted. The parties are scheduled to have a closed and closed to the public private hearing on April 16th, which is just about 2 months from now, just under actually 2 months from now. So when you start seeing things like this hitting the docket, you know that trial is rapidly approaching in this case. We did a video on our YouTube channel, and if you have not had an opportunity to visit our YouTube channel where we go into a little bit more detail than we do on the Indie Zone podcast, which is 5 minutes or less, we did a episode on the YouTube Indie Zone channel that went into what is redacted and how can we make a good educated guess as to when these jury questionnaires might be administered. If you have not yet had an opportunity to listen to that specific episode of the Indie Zone, please do. I've provided a link to it, and it basically unpacks, just by looking at the trial order itself, when these jury questionnaires might be administered and the earliest possible date that they could be administered. Again, just looking at the trial order. We will continue to monitor the docket for you. Please continue to stay tuned here at the Indie Zone podcast for further updates on this immensely important, one of the biggest cases, if not the biggest criminal case right now in the United States, and that is Idaho versus Kohberger. Until the next episode, this is Kathy. Thanks for joining us here today.